Hello, hello, beautiful women of the world. Welcome, welcome to my show, Your Radiant Life After 55. It's a show for women who are not done living yet. You want more from life. It's for younger women too, because there is so much that younger women can already learn and prepare for the second part of their lives. So we speak about health, we speak about relationships, we speak about um, talents, and that's what we are talking about today: creativity and purpose. And what's going on in the world, even though we do not go into politics and when we do not go into religion. But, around that, without naming it, there is so much that's happening in the world today because everything is shifting and changing. And so we encourage you to be live with us, especially in the second 30 minutes of my show, all of the shows on Win Win Women. And it's the only show for women that runs 24 hours. All countries, it will be translated in many, many languages. So it is really a show for women to get advice and to get inspired by real experts and by real women who know what they're talking about. So you can tune in live or go into the archives of all of the incredible shows that cover everything that life is all about. Okay, and today I have an incredible beautiful, beautiful surprise for you. It's Patricia Chica, and she is light. I only met her recently, and I was immediately enamored by her. She is so talented. She has such an amazing, long biography. She has accomplished so much already that I think we are going to find out a little bit about it today, because we don't have the time to go into everything. But maybe I will have her back at some time in the future. Okay, so Patricia, you are an award-winning Canadian producer and filmmaker with over 60 hours of content. And she is the founder and president of Flirt Films and Chic Art Productions. So and so much more. There is so much more. But tell us a little bit about how do you help? And of course, it's all about being creative. And we are going to speak a little bit about your upcoming retreat a little bit later, that people who want to upgrade their abilities or want to be really at the top of their game can come to, and you just know how to get them from where they are now to where they want to be. Correct?
Absolutely, Angelica. What a pleasure to be with you today. And
You.
oh my God, I'm a fan of your show. So this is a great honor and privilege for me to be sharing the story. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's the honor is mine. And I don't have many guests because, I'm very picky. I'm very choosing with my guests. So it's really a privilege to have you here with me today. So tell us a little bit about how you help creatives expand their abilities, their potential.
Absolutely. So I have been in the film industry and the creative industries for pretty much my whole career. So I have done so many trials and errors, and I realized in the course of my journey that what really set me apart and I started seeing the results is when I shifted my energy and
Hmm.
my mindset.
Interesting.
So I tested it with myself and then with my clients, my collaborators, my friends, my entourage, and I have realized how much just doing a little tweak of how we think, how we speak, how we are, how we present ourselves really changes everything. So my business model, and I like to explain it like this is where I take my clients, they are here and they have a goal that's over there. So I bring it to that goal by filling in the gaps with a strategy. So I see the goal there and it's coming with steps by steps,
Wow.
with a plan of action. And then we bring that goal closer to the present moment. So, and many
Wow.
times we surpass it because the goal becomes so easy,
Yeah.
so like significant because it's so easy to get there with the right strategy. So my business model is acknowledging the vision, the intention, and designing that step-by-step program. And when you follow it, even if sometimes you deroute from the plan. It's like having a GPS address and you want to get there, but
Right.
sometimes there's traffic or there's a roadblock or delays, but you'll get there eventually because the strategy is so solid. So that's what I do for anybody who has the intention to reach a goal that will serve others.
Yes, beautiful. And of course, there needs to be the on one hand, the encouragement of somebody who has walked that path and knows what it is like, and also to have that solid to make it easy. And that's when the step by step, when you can fill in all of the gaps, because so many say, "Oh my God, it's too much. I don't even know where to start." So that's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most people, they just don't know where to start.
Hmm.
They know they want to get somewhere, but the most importantly is to know where to go.
Yeah.
Because in the car, if you don't know the address and you don't put it in the GPS, you might get to a beach, but it's not the right beach. You might get to the restaurant, but it's not the right restaurant, right?
Yes, I am
You're
at the age where, in the beginning, before the GPS system was there and everything is automatic now, we had maps. And my goodness, if you don't know how to read map,
Yeah,
you
you had to open the big map and just
right.
write and trace the route.
Yes, yes. So it's much easier today. And that's just the what an expert and somebody who has life experience. But then the next step is also, or the a part of it is also that the energetic part of it, a
Yes.
storytelling and really being authentic and bring out that particular uniqueness that everybody has, right? Because you can read a book, but that doesn't really help you. You need this exchange of somebody who knows, who can see it and who can bring that genius out. And that's your specialty, right?
That is my specialty as a filmmaker. I'm the greatest manifester because between
Yeah.
action and cut, I know that the take will be phenomenal.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
expect that performance from the actor and the camera movements, the lighting, all the people, that we are so well prepared and so intentional to tell that story with a common vision that between action and cut, it's there.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
know I have a movie that will be seen by many, many people on screen. So that's being a manifester. So I learned that by being on set, working with actors and crew people, and now I apply it to everyday life. It's
Yeah.
the
Because
same strategy, it's the same model, honestly.
yeah, it is. It's amazing because we are the actor in our life. We are the main person. So it applies to everything in our life, right? It's
It
applicable to
does.
everything.
It's like writing our own script from our own movie, right? If you don't
Yes. Yeah.
write journaling,
Yeah.
writing a plan, a strategy is so important because you
Yeah.
cannot just have it in your head. The head is not I would say, the master of your life. It's really your intuition, it's your connection, it's your
Connection.
alignment,
Yeah.
it's taking action. So there's so many aspects to creating the life that you want or the desired results that without knowing how energy works and how energy flows in the body, in the mind, in the higher realm, it's going to be challenging.
And this is, and I love that so much when you just say that, because there is a spiritual aspect. There is an aspect, it's not just a step-by-step program, but then there is that beautiful uniqueness of understanding our incredible connection to all there is, to the universe, to our energy, the energies that we maybe not even realize without the help of somebody like you. All of the hidden gifts that we may have and never really. Sometimes we think about them, but then the negativity comes in and say, well, that can't happen because we always have a reason why something cannot happen rather than, but so the negativity in our thoughts is so much bigger than the positivity, and that's, I think, where somebody like you, a coach, a mentor, and the retreats are usually, they kind of jumpstart or amplify all of this so that you leave and you have a different outlook and you know what you are capable of and can do, right?
Yes, and during a retreat, because we are so immersed with the self, we don't have the distractions of everyday life or the people in our entourage that might distract us or
Yeah,
interrupt us. This is where you go within, and there's always a shift during those retreats where you realize, okay, now I get it.
yeah,
This is the blockage. This is the limiting belief that I've had all this time that is preventing me from crossing over to the next level.
yes,
And that shift, it's so palpable because you feel it in your body, you feel it in your whole energetic system, you feel it like it is, and there's a point where you don't return where you were before. There's no
yeah,
turning back, because
yes,
once that has been unlocked, it's
yeah,
automatic. Like you just move forward so much faster and so much intentionally.
yeah,
So that's what I love about working in at the retreat level, because you have all the exercises, the techniques, the modalities, the journey that we go through in a week or a few days together, where
yeah.
that work can be possible.
So in order to teach this to others, you must have gone through that yourself. So what was that pivotal moment where you uh, realized the connection between energy work, performance, storytelling, and all of that? Can you share that with us? What was that?
Oh, yes, it was so clear to me. I'm a clairvoyant and clairsentient, but I didn't know I was, because to me that was my standard. That's how I saw energies, and I
Body?
understood another layer of life experience. And somebody made me realize that I had something special after the screening of one of my short films called Ceramic Tango, that you viewers can watch for free on my Vimeo channel. And somebody was filming me during the process of directing the actors.
Mm-hmm,
And we made a documentary, behind the scenes documentary. And when we presented the film at the premiere and also the making of,
mm-hmm,
people were lining up to congratulate me, hug me, say, oh, it was wonderful. And there was this one man who was standing on the side waiting for the lineup to end. And he came to me and he said, are you a Reiki master? And I said, what is Reiki? I had no clue. I never heard that word before. And the next day I Googled it and I started reading about it. Oh my God, all these things that I've been doing pretty much my whole life. And I've been directing actors with energy.
mm-hmm,
And some people call me, you're a healer, because you're able to just remove any aches or, blockages, so
mm-hmm,
people can perform better. And I then attracted mentors into my journey. I started studying more intentionally. I started certifying in different modalities and going into this 10-year journey to discover how can I utilize energy with a strategy, with intention, a combination that really serves people's intention to realize their desired goals faster. And that's what I love to do. It has to be quick. It has to be almost like already part of your DNA, right?
Yes, yeah,
I've realized there's the mind limits us a lot because the mind only knows what has been a past
in the
experience.
past, yeah. Hmm.
So when you are living in the past, you are not open to the highest potential of what's coming next. So you're
Right.
blocked there. And then the nervous system remembers whether it was an imagination or a reality, a trauma,
Mm,
a hurtful moment. Somebody told you something that you started believing it was your truth. And the subconscious mind will store it as a belief that is so ingrained that you don't see past that belief. It's a limiting belief.
right. Something triggers it, and then it stands like a
Exactly.
block. Yeah. And,
Yes. So once we acknowledge and become aware that we have those limiting beliefs in the subconscious mind and stored in the nervous system or the energetic system in the body, we stop listening to the mind and start becoming more aligned with what is the soul telling us.
yeah.
Because the soul knows what the future ahead is, right? So you start living in the present moment, building towards your future. And that is the beauty about shifting the mindset because everything then, whatever is not serving you, starts being dissolving from your life. Some people start walking away, they disappear, you start living new experiences, you
Mm.
start seeing the life as you believe the life is and not the other way around.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's almost like magic, right? Overnight, people transform because they just remove those limiting beliefs and those traumas.
It's like an epiphany or like a shift,
Yeah.
something shift and a big aha comes about because it's all there, right? We have all the potential that we have is within us. It's just all covered up. It's almost like a mirror that is dirty. So we have to remove the crime, or
Yes.
to polish it, and or the diamond, the inner diamond. The diamond is not shiny in nature, but it has the potential, right? It needs to go
Yes.
through um, through the fire, so to speak.
Yes. So
So
my
somebody
secret for
like you who can remove this and knows or intuitively sees the potential and then help to remove all of the false beliefs and limitations and so to bring
yes.
that diamond out. Yeah.
And Angelica, what I'm still astonished about this because a trauma, let's say somebody abused you in your past or you were told something negative about yourself, it gets stored in the nervous system. We see that a lot in the veterans because they are so traumatized by bombings and killings and the war. It's stored as a PTSD. So working with actors, especially when they have to play roles that are so different from who they are in real life, right? It could be they play a monster or the victim of a situation or this empowered women, whatever that is. You, I learned that by installing almost like a story in the nervous system
Mhm.
that they can embody, they can leave that trauma, but it's a positive trauma.
Yeah. You can
Instead of
creating a new story, right?
yeah, creating a new story in the body, nervous system, in the subconscious mind that they believe as truth because in the moment of the take on camera, it is true.
Yes.
They are
And,
interacting with
and
other characters
right.
on set with the costumes, the makeup, the hair. It is true. So when we do that intentionally with situations with real people
Yeah.
and storing a positive memory,
Yes.
It just becomes part of their DNA, their identity.
Yeah. In my retreats, I always do that. It works 100%. The body believes everything you think and imagine. It immediately creates the chemistry in your body, right? So
Yeah.
if you believe you're biting into a super sour, tangy lime or something like that,
Yes.
your body, even me talking about it,
Yes. You feel the
collect
sour, yeah, the
saliva, right?
acidity.
Yes. So, I mean, that's how spontaneous is. It's not true. But the moment you believe it, or the moment you imagine it, your body cannot differentiate between truth and fiction. It says it whatever you remember, or it comes right into the present moment, right?
Yes. And one example from my personal life, I grew up in El Salvador, my home country, during the war. And I
Mm.
remember hearing the bombs and the helicopters, over my house. And I was a little girl. And every time now that I hear fireworks, my body tenses, but it's not intentional. It's just like, what's going on? What is this loud noise in the sky? And that's a trauma that I still have to work on in my nervous system. It's nothing dangerous, it's just like a reaction, right? So everybody has those traumas. And
Yeah,
even if you're conscious that you're safe, the body remembers. So we
body
have to
memory.
remove that through different modalities like meditation, hypnosis,
Yeah.
breath work, etc.
So you do all of this. So you not only help creatives become more um, uh, not only aware, but move into their highest potential, but you also help them on their personal journey then, right? As a,
Yes. Any goal, it works. It works with anything in life.
yeah. So
So
what is your modality? Can you share a little bit about what that looks like? What strategies do you use? And can you share a little bit more about that?
absolutely, the strategies are customized depending on each person. So there's no one single method that is applied to everybody because it's so personalized. However, I would say I work with chakra energy, which is the energy bodies we have, the energy centers. I work with meditation, with visualization, like sports people,
Yeah,
mindset psychology, language, vibration, sound, uh, a lot, movement, body movement. It's so important.
right. Yes, yes.
Yes, the voice and also the silence because they go together. So there are so many modalities. I do it in person. I do it over Zoom because energy can be transmitted through technology. As I see you, you make me smile, and you see, we're exchanging energy, and we're in two different countries, two different parts of the world. So this is possible when you choose to make that change.
Mhm.
It
And
comes from each person. You have to make that pre-decision before you make the real decision. Is
yes.
the pre-decision the key?
It's preparing informing your body, your
Yes,
nervous system of what you want to have, what you want to experience, actually, right? I mean,
yes,
not even achieve, because maybe some people say, well, I don't know if I can achieve that, but what do you want to experience? You can create an experience if you prepare your body, and if you know, and if you're guided like you do it with
yeah,
hands, right?
yeah. And you know, let me give you an example. You want to buy
Yes.
a house, okay? You don't have the money in the bank to buy a house right now. There's no evidence that this house even exists.
Hmm.
However, your soul made a decision. I want the house on the beach with this view. And I dream it. I don't know where, I don't know how, I don't even have the money for it. But because you made that pre-decision, everything starts to align. And
Mm.
eventually, in a very short time, the opportunity will show up. And that's when you make the decision to sign the papers, to go to the bank to ask for a mortgage, whatever that is, you find a way. But the
Right.
pre-decision is the start and the
Started
key.
long time ago. Yeah, started.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that is so, so important. And that's why we have to remind ourselves, or somebody like you can help other women or other people, because you don't, you work with men and women, even though
Yes.
this is the women show. So I speak about women here. To make that decision is really important to know about how it actually works, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That you have a clear vision. Like I have um, a system. I call it the 7 C's to outrageous success. And the first C is clarity, because
Mhm.
without clarity, you really don't know. And I have so many my clients who say, well, I don't really know. They say, well,
Yeah.
if you don't know, what do you expect the universe, to give you? Then you're just drifting. And too many of us are drifting. And if we want something, then we need to become clear. And there are, these questions that you go deeper and deeper and deeper. Why do you want it? Why? Until you really get to the bottom of it and say, this is really, there is no other why. This is why I want it. And then the universe got the message, right? And then the universe works for you, with you.
Yes, and that's so important, the why. I do it 6 times because
Yeah,
that's where the purpose lies.
comes
You,
closer and
you
closer. Yeah.
know, and you know that little gap because you have those, I want to be this, and it's so big and incredible. But then you go, why? You want this, why? And there's a little space in the heart
Yeah.
that is not fulfilled in your life, where you were hurt, that you want to repair. And
Mm.
that little space becomes your purpose. And that's the little space that you will fill in, so small, to become that grander vision to serve others. But if
Right.
you don't have clarity about what that little gap is, somebody hurt you, somebody said, and you want to prove to yourself that you can, that you're good enough, that you belong, that whatever that is, it will not exist. So it's so important to define that little gap in the heart that we are trying to overcome, to repair, to nurture for our life journey.
Yes. And I'm so glad that you agree with that. The asking, I mean, I go 7 layers deep. You say six,
Yeah,
but 6 or 7. It's kind of,
it's even
hey,
better.
why is that important to you? And then
Yes,
because, and this is, so why is that important? And then you go to that very important part where it comes down to what the origin of all of this is. And it's usually something that happened somewhere earlier in your life, something that
yes,
you may not be aware of, but and now you have a why that can grow bigger because you know the foundation of it, right?
yes.
So now
A-
you,
a- totally. And when people they are become clear about that little space, that the little gap that is missing, they start crying.
yeah,
And that's when a shift happens.
yeah,
Because I'll give you an example. Some of my clients who are actors, they said, I want to become famous. I want to be in movies. I want to be on red carpets. I want to make money. And I said, why? Why? And then we realize, oh, because I don't feel good enough. I want to be loved.
mhm,
And I'm using my craft to be loved. And I said, what if you turn that around to become very well known because you're impacting lives through the stories you tell. You're inspiring people to make maybe one different decision in their lives or to contribute even more And this is when it clicks. They start crying and they said, that's it. That's
Mhm.
why I want to become famous. It's not vanity. There's a
Yes.
purpose behind it, you know?
Right? To have that impact. Yeah.
Yes. So other people don't suffer with what I went through.
Yeah.
So,
So, I have another question, like, what would you recommend? What strategies would you recommend for people who are struggling to stay consistent? And what are the practices for growth that they can implement into their lives?
yeah, there's a few exercises that I do with them to just remove, because the mind is the one installing the doubt, okay?
Hearing, yes, always.
And a way to transcend the mind is to ignore it and to trust. You have to trust the process, surrender to it, and we usually surrender because there's a higher force we are co-creating with, and you become the assistant of the higher force.
Yeah.
You, by being the assistant, you're doing the work in the material physical realm. I'm taking action. I'm doing this, my strategy, my step by step. I don't know who's going to show up, who's going to write the check, who's going to give me the opportunity, who am I going to fall in love with, you
But I
know?
have my heart and I have the universe, my higher self, to work with it and
Yes, they're
implement.
figuring it out. You have to trust that.
Yeah, right. I only need my brain to actually take the steps, to
Yes. So you work with the energy center. So the higher realm, you got to trust it and let it flow through you. So you take action, you take that step, you do the work in the physical realm, and eventually you have to surrender and let it go. So
Hmm,
you have to become equally excited whether you get it or not, because it doesn't matter anymore.
yeah. And
And
when not,
once,
and then there is a reason, maybe something better or something, I mean, they're always shifting and pivoting and sometimes we are stuck with an idea, but that's not for our highest good. So
exactly.
we may, if it, I always think if it becomes too, if it doesn't flow anymore, if there is too much effort involved, maybe it's not what the universe wants you,
Yes.
your
And
soul wants you to.
absolutely, Angelica, and we have to be detached from the outcome.
Yes.
It
Mm,
doesn't mean we don't care about the outcome. We do care. We want this to happen, but we're so detached if it doesn't, or if it doesn't happen quickly, it's okay because there's a bigger uh, outcome coming up and
right.
better for us.
Yes. So it's really about trusting your heart, your soul, your intuition. Pay attention, stay in the flow, just stay aware of what's going on and just trust the process and then have a guide like you because this is because we cannot do it alone. We need the feedback, we need the guidance.
Accountability, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And
So how
accountability,
can
yeah.
people receive coaching and guidance from you?
They reach out. I have a website where you can look at the different ways you can collaborate with me. It's thechicamethod.com, like my last name, thechicamethod.com. I'm also all over social media. Patricia Chica, Google me, find me, Instagram me, or Facebook me, whatever you prefer. And we can start the coaching. I have a 1 year coaching program called the Rising Stars.
Hmm, how
And
appropriate.
yes, and I take people where they are and we design a customized strategy for them. We meet twice a month and they have access to me every day. They can text me, have a quick phone call. Oh, I'm stuck with this. What decision should I make? We debrief together. So I can only take 5 per year. And I
Because yeah, that's so
yes,
it's like a concierge program, really.
yes, yeah.
Very specific, very personalized. Hmm.
Yes, and I curate. It's not everybody. Some people they want to pay me. money to do this, a lot of money, and they're not right. They're not there yet. It's not, it has to be a match, right? So you can contact me for that. I
Right.
also do sessions, three at the time. So you can book me for three coaching sessions because it takes a beginning, middle, and end. I'm a storyteller, so it's not just one session that will make a difference. And I also have the retreat in Costa Rica coming up on March 16th to the 22nd. That's going to be phenomenal. It's at the Imiloa Institute in Costa Rica for Human Expansion. And over there, we take you and we pamper you. You don't have to do anything, just be present with yourself and transform in 7 days, 6 nights. It's incredible. It's the best program so far that I designed. And I have other coaches as well coming to teach their modalities and do their exercises and presentations with the students.
I think one of them, because this is how I found out about you, was Andrea, right?
Andrea Sadler, oh, she's phenomenal. She's a
Yes.
transformational coach, a filmmaker and actress, and she's also going to be part of the retreat. And she's going to bring a somatic breath work with Reiki and so intuitively and transformational.
Beautiful. Yes. And if you want to find out more about her, she was my previous guest in my
Yes.
show. So you find her name in the archives. Yeah, I mean, because this is really, we are all creators, right? And creating your life means you need clarity, you need creativity, you need courage, you need help, you need community, you need collaboration. You see, all of these are the C's, and um, and so this is what makes a life really beautiful, because this lifetime that we have, there are so many opportunities, and I am learning this more in my later age, but I was so busy with having children and doing so much for family, and so the second part of my life is more about doing these things, creativity. And of course, I did Reiki, and I'm a Reiki master teacher for over 30 years. The old-fashioned way. Today, there are methods that teach it to you online in a day. I don't believe in that at all. I
Right.
think there is a path to this, and if you cannot have everything on the fast track. There is
Yeah.
growth that is part of that as well. So I am so in awe of you, Patricia, because when I read your bio, not that small one that people can read, but the long one, and I really would like to actually, I see if I can put that somewhere, because it's amazing what you have accomplished in your
Thank
life
you.
so far. And you're probably only not even past the middle of your life, right? You're still
A
young.
little low. Yes, yes. I'm young at heart. My last name is Chica. It means young women. So
I didn't know that.
in
Okay.
Spanish,
Yeah, of
yes.
course. Yeah. Chica, I've heard that. Yes, my parents moved to Mallorca, to Spain, when after 60. So even though I don't speak the language very well, but uh, I heard quite a bit. So now that you say it, yes, Chica, Chica, yeah. Um, so can you maybe give us a golden nugget? Just what do you believe is the most important thing to remember in order to live a full and to discover yourself fully, the creativity, the ability that you have? What would you say, or maybe three things? What would you say is something that sometimes we may forget, and that is really important?
Absolutely. There's a saying that I love to use is the law of the 333. So that means lead your life 3 levels higher. So start with the highest level you can go, and then take action 3 steps ahead at all times, and
Mm.
validate everything 3 layers deeper into your heart, where sometimes it's secret, sacred, or it hurts. That's where that little space we spoke about exists. And that
Mm.
will be the fueling force that will drive you 3 steps ahead, because you are already 3 levels higher. So it's you're become an amplified being by being in the law of the 333.
Wow, that is very beautiful. I've never heard that before. This
Yeah,
is,
I came up with this one day and I even put it in one of my scripts.
oh,
So
okay.
that's how I lead my life. This is my model. You asked me for a model.
Yes.
That's what I tell my clients. That's where you start. You're at the center of the 333. You're the seed, you're the heart, you're the pulse
Yeah.
of the 333.
Like I call it the Trinity of life, but I like what you have. But sometimes people ask me, so are you a relationship coach? Are you a spiritual coach? Or are you a health, because I'm naturopathic doctor, or health? And I said, well, the three are really connected. There are three
Yes.
aspects of your life. And I believe your spirituality is the foundation to understand, to discover who you truly are, is really what your life is all about. And then there is your body. You have this body. You cannot just neglect the body in all of this. Your physical body needs care. You need to find out about what does it communicate? Do you understand the language of your body? Do you listen to your body, because your body has such wisdom? And then the other is relationships. And it's not just having, finding your soulmate or so. What relationship do you have with yourself? Because that's where it all
Yes.
starts, right?
So
Relationship,
true.
and then with others. It needs to start with you. So for me, that three is that I call the
Yeah.
tribe life. Is the foundation is your spirituality, your body, and your relationships. And yeah,
Yeah,
so
I love that. So beautiful. It creates the unity of life of yourself, right?
yes, yes, kind of the pyramid. There are so many, and three is such a powerful number. There is so much more I would love to discuss with you. So be, maybe you may need to come back.
I would love to. I would love to be in your presence and have a conversation with you. It's so
Yeah,
lovely. So,
beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so unfortunately, we don't have any guests live with us today, but I we do have your links in the
yes.
yeah under this video, and so I really um, encourage everybody who sees this, maybe a day later or whatever, to get in touch with Patricia and find out more about how she can really uplevel your life in many ways. Professionally, if you want to pursue that as a, who is your, when it comes to professional um, uh, up leveling, who is your ideal client?
Uh, my ideal clients are creatives, are people who are, uh, I don't do relationship, okay, just to exclude relationships or love, finding the love of your life is not something that attracts me so much. I love to.
I am for that. You come to
Yes,
me for
yeah,
that.
exactly. I'll send them to you. What I
Okay.
love is people who have a vision for a goal they want to realize.
Yeah.
It could be anything. I want to become a chef. How do I start my restaurant? It could be I want to start this business, or I want to start booking roles as an actor, or I want to write a screenplay. So there's something about creating either a service, a product, or an experience, and
Mm,
how to design that strategy to get you to the next level.
yes,
And
perfect.
we do the step by step, and I'm very good at challenging people to think differently.
Yeah.
because as a director from on a movie set, that's what I do every day, right? I
Yeah.
challenge myself, write the script and you rip it off and start again. So it's part of the journey of being a storyteller. And we also work with different modalities. Whatever is important to support the goal, we'll use. So
Mm,
I work with people who have three qualities. They are open-minded, they have no expectations,
mhm,
and no judgment.
mm.
Because once you start being fully open, this is when you become the vessel of your own destiny.
Yeah. Even that is a stage that needs to prepare them. Do you have kind of that's almost like the beginning of everything, right? So
Yes.
you take your clients through that to really um, fully open them to what is
Yes.
what can come later, right?
Was
Well,
the opportunity, the potential,
yeah.
and also the clarity of vision.
Yes.
It
What
has
do you
to be clear. Like
why?
you said, your first C is clarity. This is where we all start with
Yeah.
clarifying, decluttering the idea or the intention. It's
Yeah.
really stretching it where that seed, that
Yes.
little gap becomes so clear.
I'm
You
also
start,
sometimes saying like peeling an onion,
yeah,
layers and another layer, and there are the layers until you come to that, what you call the center of where the truth is, where everything
yeah.
comes from, the seed, you know,
And
that
the
we.
biggest,
Mhm.
yeah, the biggest trauma we have gone through in our lives, the biggest setback, it's the most important thing that propel us to becoming the visionary, the artist, the creator, the impactful person in this world to create change. And we have to be grateful for those things, not
But
to have the resentment, but we
yes,
have to forgive and be grateful because that is what is designing the better version of yourself.
that is so that's there is so much wisdom in this, and in today's world, I mean, this is the only way to create a new world, right? The golden age, to be to embrace, forgive ourselves, forgive others, love everything free that is not that you don't want to carry forward. Love it free. Don't feel it needs to be denied or or labeled in any negative way. It is nothing is really bad. It is all an experience. And when we can embrace our everything in our life and love free whatever stands in the way, then we are free to create what we really want, right? And in order to create a new world, the only energy that is our actual um, essence is love, right? Love.
I'm a little more pragmatic than that.
Okay.
If I don't love, or let's say I don't feel the love, because it
Yeah,
happens. Sometimes you don't
yeah,
feel the love for a certain person or situation. I just detach myself from it and
yeah.
I don't let it affect me. So I just let it be. They are
Let
in
it,
their own journey. I don't need
yeah,
to love them, but I don't need to care about it
yeah,
because I believe that empathy is not necessarily good. It's only a stage of connection and acknowledgement, but you have to transcend to compassion.
yeah. I totally agree. And
Yes.
everybody has their own way of dealing with it. For me,
Yeah.
it just came that I can love something free. I love it,
Yes.
I send it, but it then leaves me. I don't need to deal with it. I don't
Exactly. Yeah.
own it. It doesn't bother me anymore. Yeah.
Exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we have come to the end of our session here. And again, thank you so much. This was so interesting. I'm going to listen to this again. And I encourage you beautiful woman who is listening to this for the first time to maybe share it with your girlfriends, with other women, and because there was so much in this interview, so much that is a very deep wisdom of the heart, of the soul, of a life wisdom. And Patricia, I am so grateful that you agreed to come to my show. And I would love to find out even more about you. And
We are
maybe
connected now.
we are connected now.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Angelica. This has been such a beautiful and enlightening conversation for me as well. So
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
all the best for you.
Yes, you too. Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.
And everybody, please, and every Saturday, this show is live. Come next Saturday or at any time when you are free to be live with me. Talk to your girlfriends, talk to your sisters, talk to your mother, talk to your aunt, whoever can profit from enlightening conversations. This is it for me. Bye bye for now until I see you again next Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Bye bye for now.